Confused about how to correctly use Vita Classic and Vita 3D Shade Master Shade Guide? Let's simplify the process. Value is the degree of brightness. So if you see 1 here is brighter, so it has a lower value as compared to 2 It is a very important criteria because the human eye is most sensitive to value and any mistakes are unacceptable. Hue is any color like blue, yellow, white or red, and in that color the degree of intensity or saturation is called as chroma.
Now let's learn the 3D Shade Master. In this, if you carefully observe on the grayish portion, it's got a few numbers depicting the value. So the first step is to determine the value. 1 is the brightest and 5 is the darkest value group. Consider the second shade tabs from each group as depicted on the photograph and then do the shade matching and go from the darkest or the highest value, that is from 5 to 1, to do the shade match. This will make the value determination quite easy, and once you've selected the group of value, just focus on to that group and then pick the central shade tab, fan it out and then check for the chroma or the color intensity by placing the shade tabs like this, and it varies from 1 to 3, and once you've selected the chroma, then comes the step 3, which is selecting the overall hue, which is whether it is reddish, middle or yellowish in color, depicted as LM or R. So if this is the shade, 2 is the value, R is the color and 2.5 is chroma. Now let's see the Vita Classic, which is comparatively very easy. You just need to arrange the shade tabs like this according to the increasing value. Move the shade guide from left to right and determine the closest matching shade tabs, and then just keep on ruling out the ones which are not matching. Once you've selected the closest matching shade tab, take a photograph with a grey card in the picture and hold the tab like this. Don't forget to record the stump shade, and very important is to take an approval from the patient to avoid any confusions or blame game later on.